Hey, it's Jess and Erin with Best Business Partners. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Hi,
Best Business
Hi,
Partner.
Best Business Partner.
So we were told that we're doing a podcast today.
Yep.
And we're going to explain a little bit about Best Business Partners, how we came up with it, what we do, why we changed from Old Florida Dream Team to the Harlan Group, what we do for the Harlan Group.
And how we came up with Best Business Partners and what we talk about.
Yeah, so let's talk about it.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Okay.
So let's talk about Best Business Partners first. Well, I think we should probably, most people that listen to us know who we are, but for those that don't, Jess and I have known each other for 20 years, more than that now, right?
Like 20, yeah, we've been saying we've known each other for 20 years for like
5
10 years.
You're right. So we met when our kids were in gymnastics at the YMCA in a
23 years.
23 probably, yeah.
23.
So her Maggie just graduated from law school.
She'll be 25 and she was 2.
Yeah.
So 23 years. 23 We've known
years.
Erin 23 years. It's our anniversary.
Yay!
Okay.
And my Maggie graduated from Alabama, so our kids have graduated.
Big year.
Yeah, big year. So
get them off our payroll.
I know. Okay. Yes, they're going off payroll. I don't know if any of you have kids that have just graduated from college, but it's like getting a raise. I'm super excited about that.
Yes, we're very happy about that.
Yes. So, but we came up with Best Business Partners. So when we started talking about doing a podcast, we knew we wanted to talk about real estate because we came together and have Old Florida Dream Team. So we knew each other. We started our real estate team after I begged and pleaded with you because you wanted to be on your own and you thought you could do it all on your own because nobody can do it as good as Jess Nolan. We all know that. But what? Duh. Truth. She still believes that. But we decided to come together because we were servicing a lot of the same clients, and so we started the Old Florida Dream Team, and it's done.
Servicing.
Yeah.
Yes. So I would like to give a big shout out though to KT because
KT Temple of the Temple team.
He was the one that actually convinced us to start the podcast.
Yes, he did.
He was like, "You guys have to do a podcast."
Yeah.
And KT was usually in the office at that time and
he was our tech guy
witness to our rhetoric that constantly went back and forth. And he's like, you guys would be amazing at a podcast and just be yourselves. So,
because we shared an office for the first 5 years and we just mess around in the office all the time. It's a good time.
Well, it's, even when you're doing business, you're still constantly battling back and forth, not battling, but battling ideas and challenges. And I mean, we're in real estate.
And you used the word rhetoric. I was proud of you. That was good.
Yeah, I didn't have to look it up either. Yeah. I usually have to look up Erin's words. She's kind of a nerd, but that's okay. We balance each other out well.
Never make fun of the nerds.
I don't make fun of the nerds. So, I'm just saying I have to look up your shit. It's pretty simple.
That's true.
Anyway,
so that's right. I forgot about that. So Casey was like, you guys got to have a podcast for
this. So we did. But it also took us like a year and a half later before we actually did it.
Right.
And then it took us. It is intimidating. We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. We're not really podcasters. We're not really influencers. We're real estate people. So,
but we are always open to being better, new ideas,
100%.
Coming into. I mean, I wasn't listening to podcasts at the time. But so many of the younger generation was.
Yeah.
And that was their new way of, instead of turning on the radio, they were turning on a podcast when they were, and some of them are for leisure, crime podcasts, different things, or actual, I mean, there's some really great real estate podcasts. There's
100%.
different things. So we wanted to be able to touch, I mean, that's part of our business. When you're in sales, you got to be able to touch all the different dynamics and genres of people.
Yeah.
And I know I'm killing it today.
You are.
I looked him up before I came in here.
Extremely expansive.
I know what vernacular means too because you told me that before. So don't be mean.
No, never.
Anyway,
did you not see though? I think I sent you the article the other day that best friends that make fun of each other and challenge each other are truly, that's when you've reached that next level of relationship, and that's the kind of friends that push each other is when you banter back and forth. So
or you're just brutally honest, and I know you're
100%. Yeah. And we are always brutally. I think if you're not brutally honest with your friends and your family, and then you can't grow, right? If you don't tell them the things.
So funny you said that because I literally had somebody this morning on the phone with me who is a friend but also a client,
right?
And a multiple house client. She's sent many people to us, and she's like, there's something about you that my husband just absolutely loves, and most people don't get it. She goes, but I have to tell you, it's that you're just so brutally honest and direct. And a lot of people think you're mean by it.
Yeah.
Or you're bitchy by it. And it's not. You just don't have time to not be honest.
Right.
And there are times when I could be a little more coddling.
Yes.
I'm definitely get that from my daddy.
But I think I've learned tremendously. You are so direct sometimes, and it does come off sometimes curt, but it also in business, people need to hear exactly. Pricing is a great example right now. Like, you're brutally honest. When somebody's like, I want to price it, $1.2 million, and their house is worth 800, you're like, well, here's what this is. Mm-hmm. There's no one selling at $1.2 million. These are the numbers, and this is where I'll take the listing. And so many people will be like, oh my God, $1.2 million listing, I'll take it. You're brutally honest, but I think that's also partly why we're so successful. And I have learned tremendously because I tend to take a softer approach sometimes, or a more polished approach to things.
It's not always a bad thing, though.
Yeah, and I think that sometimes just being direct is the best way to go.
Well, direct, and you do have to have some
couth.
Yeah, and empathy towards people.
Yeah.
Real estate's a big thing for people.
Yeah.
This is usually the most expensive transaction in their life.
Right.
So you can't just go into it and be curt all the time.
Yes.
But going back to the podcast and starting it, KT convinced us that we would be funny. And
we think we're funny. We laugh. I would say 50% of the day we're laughing.
Well, what else you got if you're not laughing?
Yeah.
Either at yourself or with yourself. It's usually at ourselves.
True.
But,
usually.
But we definitely enjoy ourselves. So we came up with, then it was like how to pick a name.
Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah. I think
we had like 25, 30 names to start with, and then we kept going. And then we went back and forth. I don't even remember what some of the top ones were, but
I don't either.
Are you bored? Is our
podcast
boring you?
Struggling with sleep.
So we went through a bunch of different names, and we kind of tossed a bunch of stuff around, and we wanted it to be real estate related because we always end up talking about real estate, how most of our conversations go. But we also wanted to be able to bring in our community leaders, our influencers in town that are not influencers like social media, but
micro influencers.
But people that influence
our community
in town.
Sure, our community. Yeah. It's not just social media, but we do like those too.
Yeah, we do.
And we wanted to be more community driven.
Yeah.
Because that's what our whole
premise is, serving and strengthening our community. And we sell houses as kind of a byproduct of what we love to do. And that's connecting people, bringing people into town, connecting them to schools, to their activities, really enculturing them where we live and sharing because we love where we live.
Yeah.
We love it. Could live anywhere in the world. I've traveled all over the world. I love traveling, but I always love coming home to Southwest Florida.
Yeah. And we love selling it. So we wanted to tie that all in. So we didn't want it to just be a real estate name.
Right.
Because we didn't want to limit ourselves to only being able to talk real estate, even though that is what pays bills.
That is.
So I think we dwindled it down to about 10, and then it was 5, and then we were back and forth between 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And we put it out for different people to vote on it, give us ideas and their input.
We had a lot of votes. I was surprised how many people voted.
Yeah.
We had a couple hundred votes for Best Business Partners.
Yeah. So we ended up with Best Business Partners because there is, unfortunately, you learn hard lessons through life. And most of those lessons came from my parents and different people in our lives. And partnerships aren't easy.
No, 100%.
And, we all know it, whether you're in a marriage or you're, you have a business partner or different things that you partner with.
Right.
There's very few people in life that you can go through a very long partnership with and be successful.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what some of the traits are that make us, because we have people all the time come to us, especially in the office, or people that we meet through our Keller Williams family, that say, how have you guys been so successful?
Well, because I'm super easy to deal with. So that's number one. I don't think there's anyone that I know that is easier and more cooperative than myself.
That is exactly what I was going to say.
So this podcast is over.
We're done. Thanks for listening.
Clear that up. Okay, clearly I'm not. I know I'm very, very difficult. And I know I'm very, very stubborn.
I wouldn't say very difficult.
That's why we get along, because she's working with me on this. She's full of shit. I'm very difficult.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sometimes. But I do think you have to have a give and take in a partnership. And you have to have, I think the number one thing is you have to have mad respect for each other and the way you work and your work ethic. And so we see a lot of people, we've seen a lot of teams come and go in our office here. We've counseled a lot of teams that try and partner together. And if you're just meeting each other, doesn't mean that it won't work, but you don't have the longevity in building the respect for each other to tolerate things that you might not agree with or the way you might not do them. And so I bring Jess a lot of ideas. Some of them she's like, absolutely not. And she's like, some of them they're not going to work. And some of them I have to just lead by example and say, I'm going to do it, and then let her watch me do it. And other things, she's like, you've started too many things and you need to pull back and do this and this. And we have enough respect for one another that we really listen to what each other says. And sometimes it's an immediate no if she comes to me with an idea or I go to her with an idea, and then we reflect on it and talk through it.
So what I would say, yes, to all that, but you know, the biggest thing.
Says yes now. She's learned that.
Yes, I've learned not to say no first. Yeah. It's funny because Jack and I go through that too, because Jack my immediate answer is no. And he's like, before you say no. Yeah. And so I try now to think before I say no. Yeah. And they don't always work, but besides that point, we also know each other so well. Like I know when you're bringing to me an idea or a concept or whatever it is, I know what you've done on the backside of it to get to that point. Right. And vice versa. I think we know each other so well, and we're very different in how we work, how we live our lives. We're not so different that we can't get along, but we're just different humans. I mean, well,
we complement one another. Yes. I'm a visionary, so I like to look out and see, like create that roadmap for the long distance. And Jess is very task oriented. So it works very, very well because I missed some of the tasks because I'm focused. Well, you know, probably, a few here and there. I've gotten 100 times better.
Yes, you have.
I've got my calendar organized and we have more assistants, but I am not great at the task management, the time parts of the day. I enjoy much more the visionary part of it.
And that's really good for you, because I don't.
Right, that's exactly it. You manage what's in front of you right now.
You tell me what I need to get done today, and it's going to get done.
100%.
It will not, I won't go to bed till it is.
Right.
But I don't see past today. So that is probably our biggest attribute, is 100%. That you have that vision and I have the task. So and those traits play into so much we do, not only personally and professionally, 100%. And with the team and growing the team. You know, there's things that a team member will come to me on, and then they know I'm going to Erin on this one, and that's okay, because that's what makes us great. One person can't have it all.
100%. And we have, again, it comes back to that respect, the respect to know that if a team member is going to you, they value what you're bringing to the table, and the same there. So there's never any of this, why did they go to you and why did they not go to me? And I think in a partnership, whether it's a marriage, which I can't talk about marriage or relationships because I don't have one of those, so I'll stay in my lane. But when it comes to working, you have to have enough respect to know that that person is going to you because they have the confidence that you're going to have the answer for that. And then I would say 95% of the time, maybe 90, because I think it's good not to always be on the same page, and that statistic's totally made up, but I would say the large majority of time, you and I are always on the same page. No matter how we get to it, when somebody comes to us, if they went to you for an answer and then they came to me for an answer, almost always they're getting the same answer. Because
how different we are, we're that much more similar.
Well, we know what the end goal is.
We have the same morals, the same ethics. We it goes back to the mad respect we have for each other. While I don't necessarily see it or do it in Erin's way, I know that the end result is going to be what I want and what she wants. So it's a team effort. And I know that I need her to get from A to B, and I know that she needs me to get from A to B. And when we respect each other for the need for each other, there's a different level there. Like then you go, okay, I know I need you for this.
Right.
And I know I need you for this.
Right.
And the best part about that, ultimately the best part, is that I know that I can give it to you, and I know for a fact that I can trust you with it.
Right.
I would give you everything I have and know that it's 100% taken care of.
Right.
And not only is it taken care of, somebody just died next door. So I'm not sure what just happened, but a complete wall just fell down or a car came through the window. Hopefully it's in my office because I'm missing there. If they're looking for me, call 911. But I'm in the podcast room. But ultimately, I know that if I give it to you and it's taken care of, and I don't have to worry about it.
Right. Which I think is why we came together in the first place.
100%.
But let's talk about that. That brings us to kind of the second point, and then we'll kind of talk about the Harlan Group a little bit and why we changed the names from Old Florida Dream Team to Harlan Group, or why we're transitioning. But I think one of the other really important things in a partnership is tough conversations. And there's a book called Critical Conversations. There's all kinds of stuff about how you have tough conversations. And in the beginning for Jess and I, those conversations were really tough. When we had a disagreement, sometimes we both left feeling kind of like, what the hell just happened? You know, is this going to work? Is it not going to work? But we always pushed through those conversations. We always reflected on those conversations. And sometimes we left the office a little bit, I don't want to say mad, but struggling a little bit with those conversations in the beginning. Learning to navigate those tough conversations is critical for a strong partnership, because you're not going to agree on things. You're not going to support every idea I bring to the table or you bring to the table. But having those critical conversations, and so in the beginning, those conversations were a little bit more heated. It was kind of like, no, you have to do it my way. I could give you the example of our calendars. Jess's calendar is meticulous. Her phone has everything cleared out. Mine, I'm a little bit more creative. I'm a little bit more...
I like how she calls it creative.
Yeah. And so we did things differently. And in the beginning, Jess thought I had to do it her way in order to be successful. Or vice versa. If I gave her something, I typically don't care how you do it. I want to know what the end goal is going to look like. But it was just some heated conversations about the way we did things and the way our days function. And we had to learn to navigate those really critical conversations.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, I had to accept that I wasn't always right. That was
it again.
Nope. Y'all heard it once. If you didn't, too friggin' bad. Rewind. But the thing is that when you do something for so long on your own,
right,
it's a hard adjustment.
Right.
And I struggle with that. You know, I'm a high D. I like to be in control.
Yes. Okay.
High D is, you know, very controlling, very matter of fact, very get your shit done now. Don't.
She's also what we call a driver.
I'm a driver. Yeah.
She gets to the point, gets it done, drives on to the next thing.
Which goes back to the Kurt thing. You know, it's I am not here. I always said about my kids, you know, I don't care if their teacher's my friend. I don't think they need to be perfect. I just want them to do the job and do it well and be good to my kid.
Right.
Same with, you know, whether it's the president of the United States or it's anybody else. I don't care who you are. I care that you do a good job.
Get the job done.
Get the job done. That's my... get it done. And get it done right.
Get her done kind of girl.
Do not half-ass shit and get it done.
Yes.
Do it right. Do it right the first time. That's how I was raised. And so... And it's not always that way, but at the end,
a little bit of a challenge if you're creative and bring different ideas.
Huge challenge. But what the positive was with that, with both of us, is we were both open to ideas and learning. Not in the beginning as much, but we've come a really long way.
We have, and that's why I bring it up, because I think you have to be able.
A lot of medication. I'm just kidding.
A lot of drinks. But you have to be able to push past those really tough times. You have to be able to circle back around and I think that's true with your kids, with relationships, with anything you do. You have to be able to have those really tough conversations, because what a lot of people do is let shit go, sweep it under the rug. That piles up, and then you can't get past it, because then you're bringing up what you said last week. You said, and one of the things we never do as partners, we talk about it when it's happening. We address it, and then we don't rehash it. Like, well, remember that time when it's just so unhealthy. And so I think we've learned to have really tough conversations that are really, really meaningful. We try to have an outcome at the end of the conversation. We try to have a time frame. We're doing those moving that forward, and then we let it go. Yeah. And I think that's, if you're going to have a partnership in life in general, you have to be able to do those things. Yeah. So, and I think we learn from each other. Every day there's something new that Jess says, or the way she handles something. I'm constantly learning. Like, I'm constantly, like, the way you handle things sometimes, the amount of stress we both have in our personal lives, we've had some really tough years, to be able to handle that and to come in smiling and carry on and still function all day long is just, I have mad respect for it.
Well, and I have mad respect for the fact that you always have my back.
Yeah.
So she knows when I need to be coddled, and she knows when I need hard love, and she knows when I need to just be left alone. And
that's tough.
And it's vice versa. It is tough. It's tough, but at the same time,
we're both helpers.
We are. But at the same time, we also know each other enough to be able to say, this is what you need.
Yeah.
And there's so many different things that come with a partnership that we haven't even touched on, but bottom line is, to me, the ultimate word is, if I had to give one, it's trust.
Yeah. And if I had to give two, it would be trust and respect. Because you can trust somebody and not have a lot of respect for them, like trust that they're going to get the job done. I think you take it to the next level when you truly respect that person and are open to changes and open to differences. Because if you're not, we had this on our scripts and role play, and Jess nailed it on the head. I was trying to get a point across that if you're not having uncomfortable conversations, if you are always comfortable in life, you'll never get to that next level of success, in my opinion. You have to be able to be uncomfortable. You have to have uncomfortable conversations. You have to push yourself out of your comfort zone. And I think that comes with a level of respect when you let somebody push you to that point where you can get uncomfortable. And so I would say it's kind of trust and respect.
Yep. So, life's not easy.
No.
And you got to learn to do hard well.
Yeah. Yeah, we love that. I think I've said it before on the podcast. Duke's Coaches doing hard well is one of my favorite little life lessons.
And we tell that to our team all the time. I mean, we're not in a business with any kind of sales, any business, any life experience. Nothing's easy. No. And, the world's tough right now. Life is hard right now for a lot of people. Yeah. And I don't know that it's going to get easier right away. I don't know that it ever gets easier. It's funny. You see different levels. You see our kids that are graduating and moving on and becoming adults, and adulting sucks. It's hard. Yeah, it is hard. It's hard. But if you learn to do hard well and you learn not to run or be complacent in the easy life, then the sky's the limit. It's so fun to watch.
Perception too. Like, I think a lot of people get stuck in hard. And I think a lot of people, I think the smaller amount of people have learned to do hard well, learn to overcome, and learn to really look at the positive and really capitalize on what's working instead of what's not working. And I think that is critical in life, because there will always be things that don't work. I think you have to learn to really shift how your perception to look at what is working and what's really working well, and start focusing on that and making that work really well. And I think that's what takes you to success, because there will always be things that don't work.
Fair enough.
So
why do we become Harlan Group?
So we kind of transitioned to the Harlan Group for a couple of different reasons. We love Old Florida Dream Team. That's how we started, because we love Old Florida. We love where we lived. But as we started to expand and we started to look at expansion, we have Jack now in Tampa. We're looking at Miami. We're looking at kind of expanding Sarasota. We have an agent in Sarasota. Looking at expanding Old Florida Dream Team, when we first took it in our first expansion office, where I like to say, failed forward. We learned a lot about expansion. It didn't really take off like we wanted it to. Old Florida meant the retirement communities. And so they thought, they're only working in the retirement communities. We won't call them. So that really didn't work. Old Florida works.
But we do work in retirement communities.
We do.
In case you
we work everywhere.
We'll go everywhere for anyone, anything.
Go ahead. Okay.
Well, not everyone.
Maybe anyone. Okay. So we decided to come up with a different name. And actually, Jess came up with the Harlan Group because, Jess, why? How did you come up with that?
Erin Harrell and Jessica Nolan. And so we would love to use our names, but we don't want to use our names because we don't want to limit it to our names. But then we liked the Harrell Nolan, so I combined them.
Yep.
Harlan.
Harlan.
The first of her last name, the last of my last name.
I love it.
And here we are, Harlan Group.
So we work with a brand specialist.
So we had amazing Connie.
Yes.
Who
Connie, I'll give her a quick shout out. Connie Cermak of Social Nectar is absolutely amazing if you need any branding. And
so she kind of helped us with the logos and designs, and it was a long process, and it's going to be a long transition over time. We don't want to just do it a hard launch, but we do want to make sure that we start branding more in the Harlan side versus Old Florida Dream Team. While we will always have that Old Florida Dream Team under our belt somewhere.
Yeah, because we like that for residential. Old Florida Dream Team works just here in Southwest Florida.
Yeah. And people know it, and we don't want to give that up, but at the same time, we do so many different things. We have our hand in so many different things. Yeah. So Harlan Group's kind of our umbrella is how I've tried to explain it to some people. And you know, we have some exciting things on the horizon.
Super exciting.
Erin is the director of our commercial division here at KW, and so she has killed it with commercial. And so with the commercial side of it, we have luxury, real estate section, and then we have the residential section, and then we have
our referral division, teaching and learning center coming up,
which is going to be a big launch.
Yes.
And then we have our foundation.
Yeah.
So with all those different things, and we do want to take that foundation maybe outside of Florida at some point.
Absolutely.
We are growing it up in Tampa. Jack's met with some Tampa leaders up there, and we want to be able to help kids all over the place.
Yeah.
All over the country.
Most of you know what our foundation is, but in case you don't, it supports foster and homeless middle school and high school kids. So that Harlan Foundation name can go anywhere. So
yeah. So with all that being said, we decided Harlan Group would be our name and our brand, and then we would have Harlan Group Luxury, Harlan Group Commercial, and then so forth. Yeah. So that's our exciting news about Harlan Group. And if you want more information, we have so much on social media,
yes. Please follow
our
us.
Websites, different things that kind of tell our story. Yeah. And if you want to be part of the foundation, we have some really big things coming up with the foundation that we're super excited about. A huge, and I'll give you a sneak peek on it. We are going to have a big fundraising event. It's going to be so fun in October, so keep your ears and eyes open for that. We're partnering with some of the best leaders in Southwest Florida and super locations. Exciting. Yeah. And one of our fabulous board members,
Jenna, has offered to let us use Backyard Social. We'll be hosting it at Backyard Social. You hear lots more.
Backstreet Boys.
No, Backstreet Boys. Maybe we can get them to sing. I don't even know if they're alive. Anyways,
Justin Timberlake?
Oh, sorry. Okay,
Jesus.
Yes. Sorry.
Your kids are going to lose it.
Maybe Justin will come. Anyways, we will be launching that at Backyard Social. We'll give you a lot more information coming up. But thank you for listening. That is why we are the best business partners. We love what we do. We love working together. We love coming in. Oh, thanks, Jess. We sing Kumbaya. Anyways,
just say you love me back.
I love you, Jessica. I do love you, Jessica. And I love working together. We love our team. And we absolutely love what we do. And I would say to you, if you don't love what you do, make some changes. Life is short. You never know what tomorrow is going to bring. I can say that from the heart because I have lived it. So make some changes if you're not happy where you're at. Love what you do. Love who you do it with. We are Jess and Erin with Best Business Partners, the Old Florida Dream Team, powered by the Harlan Group. Thanks for listening. Follow us on social media and give us a call for all your real estate needs, 239-744-1944. Or if you or someone you know wants to be on our podcast, give us a call. Again, 239-744-1944. Thanks for listening.